Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Clear sky this morning. It's daytime already here at 5:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time. We have an old classic versus an obscure, to say the least, item. And I don't think it's going to be too much of a challenge, but I could be wrong. From 1934 and from Indiana and from Seagram's, formerly now Diageo, it's Seagram's 7 Crown. This was originally the 5 Crown, 75% grain neutral spirits, 25% straight whiskey. Sometime along the way, around the late 1940s, early 1950s, I'm thinking, they dropped the Seagram's 5 Crown and then made the 7 Crown this recipe, this blend ratio. In other words, they cheapened it up because the 7 Crown used to have a higher percentage of straight whiskey, but I don't think that's the first time that's happened, and it's certainly not the last, and they probably hope people would notice, and apparently not too many people did. It's still one of the top selling whiskeys in the United States. The #1 selling blended whiskey, American blended whiskey. Okay. Diageo bought it in 2000, sorry. The Seagram's company folded up in the year 2000, and Pernod Ricard bought the gin line, Seagram's gin, you've seen that. And Diageo bought up the Crown Royal and the Seagram's 7 Seagram's VO line. And I think Coca-Cola bought, the ginger ale. And Sazerac bought out some of the Seagram's brands like Benchmark, Bourbon, Canadian Hunter, and a bunch of other stuff. They had a huge portfolio, so people just started gobbling it up. 100 Pipers went to Heaven Hill for the United States, and Pernod Ricard for the rest of the world, from what I can understand. Maxwell, good morning, Ron. Glad to see you. Good to see you, Maxwell. Now we have the obscure player in this game. Kentucky Gold, known by dozens of people around the world. Blended whiskey. This is an 80-20 blend. The Seagram 7 is a 75-25 blend. Okay. Seagram 7, I see it on sale often for $11.99. It's like that's their perfect sales point. 1 penny less than $12. And then they had these sales where if you buy 2 bottles, you get $3 off. Oh no, what is it? Buy 1 bottle, you get $3 off. You buy 2 bottles, you get $7 off. Something like that. Yeah. So this is common. 3 or 4 times a year they run those little coupons. So you can mail that in, get your refund. So you end up getting it for a pretty good price. Kentucky Gold, it's probably about $6.99 a bottle, $7.99 a bottle. So a good $4 to $5 cheaper. But if the coupons come into play, it's only maybe $2 or $3 cheaper now. Is it any better or worse? I would think it's worse. Kentucky Gold is probably, I didn't see much to it when I had it a few times. Yeah, it's gold. Yeah, it's from Kentucky. It's been on the market 26 years. That doesn't mean it's good. There is a straight bourbon version of it. Never seen that. Seagram 7. They're the same color, essentially. Maybe the Seagram's has more of a less pronounced gold, more of a straw. But I mean, it's so faint, you may as well say they're so minimal. I mean, you may as well say they look the same. I've seen Kentucky Gold, to my knowledge, my recollection, once in my life in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Probably it was in Kentucky and I just didn't notice it because there were so many brands. I was kind of like overwhelmed by all the different stuff. And I wasn't thinking about Kentucky Gold. I was looking for one specific item when I was in Kentucky. So my whole mind was focused on Beam's Choice, Jim Beam Choice, which surprisingly I found 2 bottles. So that worked out fine. So there were a lot of other things I didn't pay attention to that I probably saw. It just wasn't in my thinking range, you know, in my radar, as people say. And also, I bought the Barton Premium blended whiskey. That's kind of like this, sort of tolerable. And I bought the Barton's, the very old Barton straight bourbon whiskey, and that was sort of kind of low grade. It's okay. It tastes all right. It's probably not as good as Benchmark. Don't think it's as good as Benchmark. Same price point, $8.99 a bottle, $7.99 on sale, type thing. What else did I buy on that trip? Not too much more, really. All right. Ron, do you live alone? Where is your family? For a long time I wanted to ask. Gone to college. Going to college. All right. See, when you get older, children move away. Hi, Roland. Roland? Valentin George. You mean Ronald? All right. Well, it smells like Seagram 7 Crown. Meaning that, yeah, it's that alcohol burn and that kind of stereotypical blended whiskey smell, the aroma commonly associated with whiskey, but it seems to have a little bit more of a wood thing going. Wood. 7 Crown, think of wood. Not a lot of wood, a little bit, like a little bitty bit. This one just has the alcohol burn without the wood. Now it's aged 3 years. When I say aged 3 years, I mean the straight whiskeys are aged 3 years. The grain neutral spirits, they're not aged. That's just corn liquor, not put in a charred oak barrel, just blended with stuff. That's the base that they work with. Now the Seagram 7, the 25% of the content is straight whiskey that is aged at least 4 years, and it tastes like a lot longer than 4. Okay, so you get it. Now people go and buy these jars of moonshine. It's a brand now, moonshine. Oh, well, when you think about what you're getting, you may not get too excited about it. Sorry for the misspelling. Oh, that's okay. All right. So this one has a richer aroma. This one doesn't have a bad aroma. It's just not as rich. Now, could I be confused? Yes. Could I get these mixed up? Yes. Would that be a surprise? No. It would be a little bit of a surprise because I'm thinking 7 Crown is going to tear this up. You can be shocked sometimes, though. Let's go with the taste test. The thing you'll notice with these blended whiskeys, you get a lot of flowers, like honeysuckle. Like if you ever tasted the nectar off these flowers. What is the best imperial stout beer that you ever tasted? Probably Founders Russian Imperial Stout. And I heard that they don't make it anymore, which would be crazy. But I think there's a thing with these beer companies. They say, well, let's take the best product we make and discontinue it. Brooklyn, let's get rid of Monsters. Let's get rid of Russian Imperial Stout over here at Founders. Anheuser-Busch. Let's get rid of Busch Copper Lager, Busch Signature Copper Lager. It's gonna be a little too good for what we sell. I don't know. It seems crazy to me. Diageo. Let's get rid of Seagram's VO Gold. Let's get rid of VO Gold, aged 8 years. It's a little too high quality for what we do. I mean, it just seems like that's what they do. See, this one tastes flatter, like it's 80% grain neutral spirits, and that's what it tastes like, neutral. Is there the honeysuckle? A little bit, but there's a lot more just like, how's your retirement money like? What are you retired to? What? The retirement money's fine, and I'm retired from teaching high school. All right. So let's taste it a second time. We'll try to taste 3 times before we call it. Honeysuckle, flowers, a lot of alcohol burn, you know, standard thing over here. Let's see about the second. Yeah, it's everything you had in the first and less. You know what I'm saying? It's more like neutral, like nothing. Is it bad tasting? It doesn't taste bad per se. It's like when I went to the distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky, Barton Distillery. They let us taste the grain neutral spirits. Uncut now, corn. These are cut with water, so they're only 80 proof. That was like 190 proof. You get it? And it was a burn. You know, you wouldn't believe the alcohol burn. But it had that same neutral flavor like this. It is a flavor like corn, kind of alcohol distilled thing. But it's designed to not really have any flavor so that it doesn't interfere with the whiskey they're adding to it. And you can buy that stuff. You can buy it on your own. It's called diesel. And then you can make your own drinks with it, your own liquor. But I guess if you like to do those kind of things, if you're into cooking and concocting things, you probably like that. And apparently people do. Or you can buy the Everclear from Luxco. Everclear, same thing, 190 proof corn distillate, uncut. Now you probably would cut it with water and start blending it, whatever. It tells you on the bottle, don't drink it. You know, it tells you on the website, this is not designed for drinking. It's dangerous. It's basically poisonous. I don't know how people could take that. Do you like wheat beers or not? I don't care for wheat beers, Valentin. I mean, they're okay, but I've never enjoyed them, honestly. What is your favorite wheat beer? Weihenstephaner Hefeweiss beer, I guess. Maxwell, what subject did you teach in college and in high school? World history, American history, civics, that's government. Free enterprise, that's the economy. Economics, you know, psychology. Yeah, those were the classes. And geography, what am I thinking about? Geography. But for the college level, university, Southeastern University, Southeastern Louisiana University, and Southern University in New Orleans, I taught world history and American history. Okay, last chance to taste. Now, which one of these would I buy? I mean, I wouldn't buy either one of them. I'm just tasting them. To buy them and drink them, no. I don't think I'll ever buy another blended whiskey again in my life. They're just not for me. Bourbon, maybe I will buy bourbon in the future. And that is a strong maybe not. I don't really like the taste. It's got that heavy corn, yellow corn grits. I know people love bourbon. Oh, bourbon, they can't wait. I don't really like it. My friend David likes it. I'll try it at his house, blah, blah, blah. But to me, I don't really like it. I developed a distaste for it. Same with this stuff. Of course, these are working on the same principle as bourbon. They're very similar. American blended whiskey and bourbon is not the same thing, but they're in the same ballpark. It's just about the aging is what affects them in the barreling. It's all, but they're both made with corn, mostly all corn. That doesn't appeal to me. Now, the Canadian blended whiskey, I could drink that all the time. I like those a lot better. I know they add flavoring, I know, but I don't care. Scotch, blended Scotch or single malt. Yeah, those I don't have a problem with. Yes, I like that. Yes, I know they add coloring. Yeah, I know, but it tastes better. Okay, to me. Irish whiskey, yeah, I know, blah, 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 but it tastes better. Okay, I'm going with what tastes better. I don't go with what's got cachet or whatever. Well, Vian, Stefaner, and Paulin are my favorite wheat beers too. Oh, yes, those are very good. Thanks for the answer. Very, very nice. Very, yeah, very nice. Weather, violence, BW. I know some people have trouble with that. Some people say rake for lake and rub for love. Do you like vodka? Not particularly. History is very interesting. Yes, it is. Okay. Neutral. Blah. Nothing. Okay, I think this is Seagram 7. Let's call it because I got to go. I want to start cleaning. I want to do some cleaning today and do some other things. Okay. Yes, I thought so. And didn't you notice I got it right on the first sniff? I predicted this two days ago that it would not be a contest, and it really was not. So the Seagram 7 Crown busted this up pretty badly. Now, if you want to buy Kentucky Gold, go ahead and buy it. You won't hate it probably, but I don't see how you'd love it. Comes in this plastic bottle, which is not appealing. And it tastes like nothing. You say, oh, but I only care about the alcohol. I only care about the alcohol. Well, then it'll be fine. You see, they have some people like that. What are they called? Alcoholics, drunks. Well, yeah, I mean, of course, go with just the price. That's fine. And Kentucky Gold's going to be the winner in price. Or Barton, $5.99 a bottle, fine. But if you want flavor, character, experience, enjoyable taste experience, then Seagram 7 Crown has that. Does it have a lot of it? No. But it does have it. Now, if you get on the website, they describe all the flavors and they give characters, and they match. What they say matches, you see. You get on these websites for this kind of stuff, Kentucky Gold, Barton Premium, they don't have any kind of descriptions. There's no tasting notes. They're just saying, here's the product, buy it. You know, I mean, they're not going to give a lot of description because there's nothing there to describe. I mean, the label, you can talk about the label. Oh, did you ever taste Romanian Palinka or Tuica? If you like strong liquor, you might like. No, I've never even heard of those. Sorry, Palinka. What is your retirement age? I was 44, Hans Gomez. Thanks for watching, Hans. 44 years old. But I still work. You know, I still have a job. I'm just off today. Okay, now, so as expected, Seagram's continues to beat up. It continues to, if I can speak correctly, it continues to defeat all the challengers. It's in a brown bottle, which I think helps. These are all in these clear bottles, and I think the light deteriorates them to an extent. This is more expensive, but why? It's better. That's why it's more expensive. So if I was looking to buy a blended whiskey, and I wouldn't be really American blended, I would buy this. Now, that's why it wears the crown, because it is the king of blended whiskey. And it's one of the top selling whiskeys in the United States. Seagram 7 Crown is what, number 5 or 6 in the whole United States. True story. So Kentucky Gold might be number 956, you know. But, you know, it's not terrible. I mean, you know, yeah, it exists. All right, it exists. Next, we'll go up against, what is it? Ancient Age Preferred. Now, that'll be okay. Ancient Age Preferred has some character, not a lot. It'll beat Kentucky Gold. I'm pretty confident it's going to beat Kentucky Gold. It won't be, it's going to be like 7 Crown, but not as easy, but I think it'll win. The Barton, well, I think that's a tie. I don't think Barton's going to be any better or worse than Kentucky Gold. That'll be a washout. No shock. What are the remainders? Albertsons, well, it'll be the same thing, just a tie. Albertsons is even cheaper, $4.99 for a bottle. Neither good nor bad, it just exists. You buy it for the alcohol because you're either a cheapskate, which a lot of people are, even if they have money. No problem with that. It's your money. Be cheap if you want. And or they are drunk and they need the liquor, so they buy the cheapest thing possible. Trying to think if there's any more. How could I forget? Beam's 8-star. I think Beam's 8-star will easily beat Kentucky Gold, but I don't think Beam's 8-star can hang with Seagram 7. It's not it can't do it. Heaven Hill, I forgot. Heaven Hill, Kentucky. That'll be a tie because Heaven Hill, Kentucky is basically a mimic of the Kentucky Gold. And in fact, it could be the same product in a different label. I do think companies do that, but I have no proof. I just have a suspicion. Quality House, Kentucky Gold, Kentucky Bow, Kentucky Deluxe, Heaven Hill. I mean, they're all aged 3 years. They're all 80-20 blends. They're all coming from Bardstown. I mean, you know, hey, it's probably the same thing with different labels. I know that I'm pretty sure Genesee does that with all their private label brands. They all taste like Genesee beer, just like a little lower quality Genesee. It's like they made Genesee and some of the batches come out kind of off. Well, then that's the Copper Cattle going to Whole Foods. And that's the name tag lager going over to, oh, I'm sorry, that's from Minhas, but it's the same concept. I know Jack Daniels admits to it. They do that with the Jack Daniels green label. That's the inferior Jack Daniels. The ones that, for whatever reason, aren't quite as good. So they cap it, they put it in a green bottle, green label, and sell it. And, you know. What is your opinion, the best whiskey? I don't know. I haven't had enough. Chivas Regal. I keep hearing about it. I see it. I need to try it. It's a classic, I know. Good morning, Louisiana Beer Review, says Jeep and Foodie. Good morning to you. Good morning, Icy Bling. Just had some Heaven Hill. Which one, the bourbon or the blended? And then I'm going to get off once you answer that question. The bourbon or the blended? Oh, the blended, yes. Very popular in Louisiana. Okay, we've said enough. So, Seagram 7 Crown, the winner. Not a shock. In fact, quite expected. Thanks, folks. Have a great Tuesday.